Welcome to Mythbusters, the velocity-based training edition. Myth number one, VBT is for advanced athletes only. Most people might say they're not for high school athletes. That's crazy. Number one, it's going to measure intent, which means the prescribed intent that you're after. The only way to make sure that your athletes are understanding what you have intended for them is by showing them. If you want, them to move fast, say 0.75 meters per second, well, now they can see it. So they hear it, they see it. It's much easier for them to comprehend. And then, of course, quantifying your current program, whatever it is, whether it's speed, whether it's absolute strength, whatever quality of speed that you're intending, the only way to guarantee that you are getting that intent is by measuring it. So that is what velocity is for. It's not some advanced, top secret scientific training regime. It's just to take your current program and to quantify it. That's it. And then my favorite is VBT is complicated to implement. Literally, it's as easy as saying, hey guys, work up to a heavy set of 5, staying above 0.55 meters per second. Go. Isn't that much easier than saying, hey, do 5 by 5 at 75% of your 1 RM? And then they have to get their phones out, calculators out to try to come up with some number. It's so much easier. And then along those same lines is myth number 3, VBT will slow down practice. I mean, come on. I already told you about there's no need for calculators, no need for phones. And then there's the auto skip option that makes things, once you enter the weights and you have your preset groups that you're able to do on the GymAware cloud, then really you just push go. And your athletes literally don't have to touch the iPad ever again once you hit go and you've entered your weights. So it's the simplest, fastest. No one's having to write in their little journals or look at their calculators or try to figure out some number. It's just train. Myth number 4, the LPT tech is outdated. Linear positional transducers. That's fancy for tethers. Well, let's go over accelerometers first. They detect vibrations. To estimate changes in velocity, they use fancy algorithms to come up with their best guess, is really what it is. There's 0 independent studies to validate their accuracy or their precision. So really, if you care about your athletes, those are an out. And then there are the camera systems, which are just high-speed cameras that take these measurements, which once again estimates velocities with algorithms. You're going to get ghost rhythms, you're going to get a lack of accuracy, and they're super expensive. So they might look cool, but I'm not into looking cool. I'm into what does it do? Is it telling my athletes the correct information? And that's all I'm into. And based on all the anecdotal evidence from other colleagues in the industry, it's a big no-go for me because I need every single rep to count and every single rep to be correct. But what about the LPT units, the tether units? Well, velocity is distance divided by time. So the only way you're going to get a correct measurement is with the tether. Or, our awesome flex units, because basically those are like the laser acts as the tether. So you're going to get that same distance divided by time. And so that is what I'm after. Also, the tether and the laser is getting pretty darn good at getting bar path as well. So that's the only way you're going to be able to get those correctly, because you're going to get the X and Y axis data. And hey, man, that's all you need to get the perfect bar path. So that's what I need. I need accuracy, and I need something to be correct. All right, myth number 5, VBT is speed training. Dear God, this needs to end quickly. I want it to die, but it's not. I know that Louis Simmons talked a lot about velocity when he talked about the dynamic effort, but really, velocity-based training is a way to measure any method or any intent or any quality of strength. It's basically just a way of quantifying anybody's training program. All right, myth number 6, VBT is expensive. Look, you guys got to think about it. We spend thousands of dollars on racks and bars and plates and with VBT, man, this is the only thing that we can protect our athletes. We can quantify what's happening. We can basically ensure that we are allotting the proper amount of time towards exercises that count. And you think about how durable the GymAwares are, so they last forever. I know plenty of our users have used them for decades. And now the batteries and the tethers can be changed out by the users. The batteries can be bought at Walmart now. So the software handles hundreds of athletes for the same price. So we don't charge you just because you have a big group of athletes. And then you look at the Flex Stronger. It's an accurate velocity tool at only $500. So like that's a US price. So there is a way to afford velocity-based training. Just do what's right for your athletes. Myth number 7, VBT turns the weight room into a video game. Come on, it's quite the opposite. There's no phones needed, there's no calculators needed, so athletes can't use, having to calculate percentages to get on their phone. It simply is a second coach. It's just helping you to get buy-in from your athletes by them understanding intent. That's it, man. Which brings me to myth number 8. Tech like VBT isn't durable enough for the weight room. I mean, that's crazy. Anyone who watches my videos knows that's not true. But let me give you a few stats. The GymAware RS, I call it the rugged unit. The tethers are 30% stronger. They can take up to 250 pounds versus 180. And they're 20% longer. Now they're 12 feet. I don't think you're going to use 12 feet. The rubberized shock absorbing base also has the magnetic feet, which secures easily not only into like a plate or also into like if people want to do it from above, into also the ruggedized housing, including the circular body design and the thick walled housing. Have the electronics buried deep inside, making it really hard to injure any of that. And then the Flex Stronger unit, man, that thing has survived my guys, slamming 400 pounds from above their head over and over. So if my guys aren't breaking it, I doubt anybody out there is going to break one of those things. So we got you. So I hope I cleared up those myths today. And, VBT is a great tool. If you want to be able to get your athletes to do the things that my athletes do, then without a doubt, have to use. So hope you enjoyed today's lessons. Forget those crazy myths, man. Only know truth.